What's up? What's going on? It's Lugo back with Fat to Fit day 61. We're back with some chest, shoulders, and triceps. I started off with a flat bench as usual on push A. Did some sets of 10. Showing my warm ups here just because I wanted to see them. So I started recording and they moved pretty well. Um, I decided to use my ROM 2s, my shoes that have a harder sole for bench instead of using my normal running shoes that I usually wear everywhere because they have a soft heel. Um, and I kind of wanted to test it out, and it felt pretty good to use the ROM twos. Like I definitely should have used them sooner, but it was one of those things where I was just being lazy, to be honest. Like I didn't want to pull them out of my bag just for bench because I pretty much would just put my other shoes on for the rest of the session, just for the sake of not putting too much wear and tear on the ROM twos. But I put them on, and it felt really good to have a solid heel to push into, and it felt like my leg drive was really nice today. I think one of the things that I was struggling with though is that my back was sliding up when I was like trying to push back. Um, and I think that's just because there's a lot of built up sweat on the bench, which is kind of gross. But we didn't really have a lot of chalk. I kind of just had enough to put on my hands a little bit because the bar was kind of slick, and so are my hands from the humidity in the gym. So I just chalked my hands up just to make it easier. But overall, bench was very easy. Um, like it felt good. I wouldn't say turbo easy. Like I'm definitely starting to feel the difficulty of the sets ramping up. But I only have one more week of tens next week before I start to reset my sets and then go back down to 3 sets of 8 for a while, and then progress there, and then I'll add another set. I think about 4 weeks in, and then I'll add another set after another 4 weeks for 5 sets of 8. But moving on from there, I did a extremely low incline bench, the lowest pin that I could get it, and I started with 70, which I'm surprised that I could get this. I'm feeling pretty strong coming back. Not nothing where I used to be. I think I did my heaviest set before was like 100 for 12 on incline, and then also given that this is just a really low incline, because I really didn't want it to be anything crazy. Really went trying to go all the way down and really get a nice pec stretch and just make sure that I'm keeping a good tempo and then going back up. But it felt good. It felt really good. And I did dip machine last week. I kind of want to do dips on here, but I can't do dips yet. The dip machine doesn't have a belt, and we have another. I think it's a Cybex plate loaded dip machine, but the handles are kind of weird. Like it doesn't have the pin for the handles, so they kind of rotate in and out. And I'm kind of like too big, like fat currently to really fit in the machine well. So I think I'm just gonna have to do this for now, like a low incline dumbbell bench that I mean I like doing this, so it's not like I have to do this, like that. But um I definitely would have wanted to do some dips, but it's all good for now. um and then I moved on to a high incline seated military press, which felt really good. This is 130 for about 8 reps, and kind of moving away from talking about training for a second. I really wanted to talk about my weight, because I think within the last 3 or 4 days, I went from 309 to 317, which partially it is due to eating more, a lot more, like on one of those days specifically. Um, and then just being in a surplus for another day. and I don't know if it was a day or if it was 2 days or I think it might have been 3 days, but as it was definitely a few days, and I went from 309 to 317, which is not fat really. I would say that a lot of it is intracellular water, water increased water retention from the increased sodium from eating like bad foods, as well as just storing a lot of waste in my body because it's obviously eating a lot of processed food is not going to digest as well as it should. So a lot of it's going to be sitting in your system for a while, and it was just one of those things where I was kind of tired, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. But I should have gotten back on my diet because I already had a week or so from my birthday the second to 4th of July week where I was eating like shit, and then I was on for a few days, and then I was off for about 3 days, for the last 3 days, and I think that I just have to be mentally stricter again, locking back in. Not that it's bad, but I want to be losing at a faster rate of progress currently than I'm going at. And that's something that I'm pretty strict on right now. And so I have to lock back in like pretty seriously, uh, especially just because I enjoy eating higher quality food and not so processed food because I feel better. The energy feels better. I don't feel tired. I don't wake up groggy. And I have been waking up feeling a little bit, tired, even sleeping a lot. So I think it is time to get back on a better diet than I have been for the last, I don't know, 3 days. And then before that, probably like a whole week of just eating like shit. And I definitely notice it has affected my mood. Even being back in the gym, it hasn't affected my strength, which it usually doesn't, but you know, feeling a certain way and, being strong are two different things. And I really value feeling a certain way when I train. And that's important to me, and it is what it is really. Like I'm not mad that I cheated and I have been cheating on my diet, but it's something that I do. It's not something that I do want to get in check. It's something that I am going to get in check. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit of transparency because I have gained 7 pounds in like 3 days, and I just wanted to say that it is fat. It isn't a lot of weight. I feel relatively the same, and it will come off again within the next few days as well, locking back in. Um, but I did want to talk about this exercise because I was doing easy bar last week, and I thought there was another person in the gym. I thought he was using the easy bar for like, I don't know, 20 sets because he was just doing arms on there for a while. And then when he left, I went to look over there to see if it was there, and it wasn't. But I looked on the rack to the right where all the attachments are, and I didn't see it. So I don't know where the fuck the easy curl or the easy bar is, but it wasn't over there and it wasn't on the rack. So I just did this for fun. It did feel good, but I don't really like changing exercises if I don't have to, and I really didn't have to. I just didn't look enough, but I for sure swear that it was not on the rack next to this cable stack. But maybe I'm just delusional. Probably am, and I'm also blind, so it's all good. This did feel really nice though. Uh, I kind of want to do these more, but it takes up so much time to do single arm stuff on, especially on triceps. So I probably won't do it again. But man, these lateral raises on the Arsenal strength machine where I'm not gripping the handle felt really good. Because usually I get like a nice forearm pump from these, which I don't really enjoy. Um, but I found this way about a week ago to do them, and it's felt pretty nice so far. I kind of want to get a cuff to do these because I think a cuff would feel even better, but I don't have the money to get cuffs right now, so For now, this is just gonna have to work, and especially with the cable cuff laterals, I really like having those in as well. But I don't know if we have a cuff, and even if we do, I don't think that the Velcro would be very good intact, so it would just kind of slip off. But it really doesn't make a huge difference. It's kind of just a preference thing when it comes to doing things, which sometimes I could be kind of an idiot about, uh, because I could get very neurotic about training and exercise selection. And sometimes I think it's just important to not care that much about the exercises and what you're doing and just really put forth the effort into it, which I have been doing. Um, you know, Besides when I was coming back to the gym, everything's been the same. Main exercise has been the same. Um, but I am looking forward to cycling some exercises out. Coming into my next training block here. This one's gonna end in about a week, and it's gonna have been 12 weeks since I started training again. Almost. Oh yeah, here's the flexing video that I promised. Side delts and the tricep looking a little juicy, even with 300 pounds body weight, looking pretty juiced. I finally found some good lighting here. Hit a little bit of a little side action real quick. Arms looking good. And then I finished off with what is this? This is decline easy JM, and this one was torching me. I think it was a single push downs, man. After this, like I was cooked. I could only do 2 sets here. I had three, and I kind of tried to do something else for the third one because my elbows were cooked. And even on this first set, it was like, holy shit, my elbows are fried. I'm gonna hurt something. So I had to go really slow, and I'm kind of stubborn, and I really did want to hit a rep goal, so I did do a rep goal in the 2 sets at least, and then I try to do the dip machine for triceps, but my legs are too big on the plate loaded one, and then on the other one, I just didn't want to load up the weight honestly, so I just said fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. Um, but it was a good fun training day today. Excited to lock in again. I know I said this like a few days ago that I was going to lock in, but I'm actually very serious now. Um, I'm just having little bit of a mental difficulty situation, but um, you know, nothing bad lasts forever. Bad diet trends, bad training, whatever it is, it's all going to pass. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 62.